Hi guys, so it's been about 4 or 5 months since I've done a net worth update, and I know a few of you are interested in this, so I figured it's about time to make a new one, and it keeps me accountable a little bit as well. So there is one thing I need to mention before I start. I have taken out a commercial loan, which I know goes mostly completely against what I believe in. But my rationale is that I have the money to pay it off. So worst comes to worst, I'm not in a situation where I'm a slave to the loan. Like, I have the money in either my investments, if it really came down to it, or in my company. And that was my sort of thinking. It was, I'm not going to take more than I can afford to pay off sort of instantly if I needed to. And I sort of played with it, and I got pretty good rates in terms of interest. I can't remember what it was now, but I remember thinking it was really decent before a lot of the rate hikes at the moment. And I am paying it off over and above the sort of minimum payments as well. So I just wanted to get the house done, essentially, and I've already sold a lot of investments in order to do it. So I didn't really want to sort of continue with this massive sell-off of my investments. It's not the route I want to go down, and I have massively reduced my investment portfolio, which you'll see on here as well. So it was sort of 50-50 in terms of taking a loan or selling even more investments. So I didn't want to do that, selling all of my investments, and I really didn't want to do that. So that was my thinking. You may or may not agree with it. It was my decision. But yes, like I said, I know I talk a lot about not having commercial debt and things like that. So I just wanted to address this before I started the video, because like I said, I am always going to be completely upfront and honest, and I don't want to try and lie and say I've got no debt and things like that when I do. So now that I have this loan, I wanted to be upfront about it, and just wanted to sort of explain it so that I'm not by accident encouraging people to take loans. I think that there is a time and place, and like I said, I have the money to pay it off if I needed to. So once I shut my company, I can pay it off or sell my investments if I really needed to. So yes, without further ado, let's jump in. So my net worth from November to December, so this is when I started tracking it again. I did start it earlier in the year, and then it all fell to the wayside when my life kind of went to hell. But I started again last month. So month on month, you can see the changes, but I'm just going to talk through December. So in terms of my actual bank account, I have about £146 in there at the moment, but this is my current account. So actually my Polish bank account is technically a current account, so I really should move this out of savings and move it up here, but never mind. So £146 in there. And then in my business bank account, I've got £11,189 at the moment. So it has reduced because I've purchased a new phone. So in terms of savings, I do have £4,000 in my Marcus bank account. Now, the reason I've gone back into using Marcus is because their interest rates have obviously gone up quite a bit, and I don't need all of my money straight away, so I'm still waiting for things to get done. So I figured the £6,000 in my Polish bank account and the £2,000 that I have in cash will be enough for now. So anything over and above I've put in there just to earn some interest whilst it's waiting. And then in my company savings account, I've got £23,320. So all in all, my total cash is 11,300, and then my savings total is 35,500. So you can kind of add those up, so 46,000-ish in terms of actual cash on hand. Now I've got my sinking funds, which I've started up again. So pets, £40 in my savings at the moment. Christmas and birthdays, I did build that up a little bit, but obviously with Christmas now and my godson's 1-year birthday, it got used up, so it's back to £2. Medical, £20, travel, £118, emergency fund, £13, and car, £31, which means total in sinking funds is £223. So the total of cash and savings, £47,100. Now moving on to pensions. So my pay-as-you-earn pension is now £10,600. So I think there's been sort of 2 payments in between the two because it looks like a lot, but I think the November one I did right at the start of November when my October pay still hadn't gone through onto the pension account. So then I had October, November pay go through. So that's why it's a bit steeper. And then my limited company pension, about £600. Now I've stopped payments into that currently because I think I'm going to close my limited company. So that's that. I've not made that decision yet. If I do, I will make a video. So total retirement funds at the moment, £11,200. Now investments. Like I said, this has dropped massively. So my trading 212 ISA, on here I haven't withdrawn any money. This is just a drop of the investments going down. So from 5.5 to 5,300. My trading 212 general investing account, I did withdraw quite a lot from here. So this is mostly because the capital gains allowance is reducing, if you've seen anything that's going on. And I knew that I was going to have to utilize some of that allowance. So I basically withdrew from here and then I moved some to my Invest Engine ISA. So you can see that's gone from 1,000 to 1,800. Free trade, again, that's just dropped in value. Money Farm, I emptied that ISA, nothing against it at all. I just, like I said, needed money for the build, so I had to pick where to take it from. So I ended up taking that from the ISA because I didn't want to use up all of my capital gains just in case I do close my company. Coinbase, that's just reduced naturally in terms of value, so £641. eToro has gone up, so 3,257. That's not the value of investments, that's me actually adding money to eToro. Now the main reason for that, I know it's not an ISA, but I want to make my eToro portfolio a little bit more like my actual portfolio so that people that want to copy me have a better reflection of my total investments, if that makes sense. And then the Invest Engine company account, I've emptied. Again, that's with the thinking that I might be closing my company, so just trying to get everything clean on the books. Again, haven't made a decision, but I like things being clean and I wanted just to see a clean sort of view on my free agent account. So total investments essentially have gone from about 21 grand, which I think at one point I had 25,000 to £12,000, which is still not bad. I'm still really happy and really proud that I've managed to get to this position, but obviously a massive reduction there. So in terms of total liquid assets, about £70,000. Moving on to other assets. So land in Poland, not changing that, about £10,100. Car, again, keeping it the same just for simplicity for now. House in Poland, again with this, I'm sort of keeping it at what I've put into it. I don't know how reflective that is of market value. Until I get it valued, I would never know, but I'm not obviously going to sell it. So this is just the value of how much I've spent to build it so far. So about £72,000. And then money that people owe me, about £440. So this is money I've lent to people who have needed it and didn't want to take out loans to get interest. So that will be coming back to me. So total other assets, £89,852. So all in all, the total assets are £160,295, which is mind-blowing. But like I said, there is a loan to now add to that. So the loan is £26,000, which seems insane because I remember when I started this journey, I was in £25,000 of debt, more than £25,000 of debt. And it was just the worst thing ever. And now I'm in a position where this is just like, okay, cool, I'm just utilizing debt to help further my assets along, if that makes any sense. And it doesn't stress me out at all because You know, I'm paying it off over and above the minimum, and I know, like I said in the introduction, that I can pay that off instantly if I needed to. You know, if I, knock on wood, you know, lost my job or something happened, I could pay that off and I'm not worried. So please, if you are sort of considering commercial debts, obviously not everyone is in a similar position of having the assets to pay that off. I know there's a cost of living crisis, you know, I'm not blind. So I know some people are going to be driven to debt, unfortunately. But what I'm trying to say is don't take commercial loans for frivolous things. You know, don't take commercial loans like I did initially for holidays or just shopping. You know, I took this loan. I see this as like my version of a mortgage because I'm not taking a mortgage. I'm building my house with cash, and I didn't want to be, you know, waiting months and months and months on end to get the money to then finish and move in, if I can just do it now and have it finished earlier. So that's my thinking. So that's it. That's the only debt I've got. So £26,059. And then the net worth, essentially, gone from 133,000 last month to 134,000. So about an £800 increase in net worth since last month. So not too bad. There's been a lot of expenses this month, obviously with Christmas, with birthdays, with trips, with car insurance. So I had to renew my car insurance for my car, which was quite expensive. So all this kind of stuff. So I'm just happy that it's gone up instead of down. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So insane, the 6-figure net worth still blows my mind, considering, you know, back in 2019, I was in so much debt. So it's been a crazy journey, and thank you for sticking with me. And let me know if this is still interesting to you. I think it keeps me accountable, and I do enjoy making these. So yeah, anyway, enjoy the rest of your day, week, month, and I will see you next time. Bye.